Hey guys, happy Sunday, happy weekend. Let's get into one of the biggest news we had so far on AMC this week. And this comes directly from the CEO itself. And this is really bullish when you look at what the short sellers used as narrative, what it was really the driving force behind companies like Citadel, companies like Simplex really shorting AMC back in 2020 and probably even before we get to this point with the whole short squeeze thing. So let's get into it, guys. We have some news coming from the box office on the latest movies out. So this is from Adam Aaron. So sweet for AMC Theaters and Sony Pictures. So Sony Pictures are projecting $90 million as domestic opening weekend for Venom. I mean, this is the second biggest ever for an October movie. Plus, we have James Bond crushing it overseas, especially in the UK. And I really love the way he put it. Two self-proclaimed sages who predict the demise of movie theaters. Hashtag choke on that. I love it, guys. I love it. It means theaters are not really taking the direction most of people and the market predicted when they were at the brink of filing for bankruptcy in 2019, because obviously with the lockdowns nobody was going out, nobody was going back to the movie theaters because of the restrictions, and as a matter of fact they didn't have any income, so it was just paying interest, paying charges, and just pushing money out. But now things are changing, and that's why I was saying earlier that it changes the whole narrative. So if you're one of those guys who will tell me, well, AC, this is on the fundamental side of things, I mean, now AMC is about fundamentals, I will say no. The whole technical and short squeeze play, it's still intact. But the thing is, if these guys, the short sellers, the hedges, use the fact that the pandemic was here to bring down to the knees companies like AMC, well, now that we are kind of reopening, because we haven't fully reopened, but now that we are fully reopening, especially with the news that came on Friday about the Merck pill, I call it the Merck pill effect, because now that we may have a cure, even though it's not 100% cure, as far as goes, as far as treating and treating entirely, the sickness, it really reduces. For now, we know that it reduces the hospitalization rate and the death rate to half. So on top of that, with the vaccine, the whole circle is now closed. So it gives a lot of hope, it gives a lot of expectation, it gives a lot of brightness into the future for companies who depends on people walking in like AMC to actually not only survive but thrive. And more importantly, the very fact that we do have people going back and good movies being produced and out there, it means more revenues. And as I mentioned multiple times with you guys, not only it diminishes the whole theory and the whole narrative used by short sellers, but it means it's an attractive investment. Yes, investment for what I call the OG investor, the value investor. And if you just go ahead and look at the AMC, Fintel institutional ownership or even a market bit, you will see that we have a lot more value investors coming in the form of ETFs, mutual funds, in the form of pension funds, from states that we've been seeing for the last 2 to 3 to 4 months now. So it adds to the buying pressure into AMC. So to give you even more details and illustration on movie theaters not going dead at all, look at these guys. This was a picture shared on social media on the waiting line just for the popcorn to go see Venom. It's clearly telling you that movie theaters are not dead. Yet again, we do have, the numbers on No Time to Die thriving with a projected 113 million offshore bow international box office. So Venom is there, and Shang-Chi, it's still crushing it every single weekend. And now we do have from Charles Payne himself, Friday night at 8:30 p.m. at the mall, all the stores were closed, but 99% of parking spots was taken. I watched non-stop waves of young adults piling into restaurants and the movie theater. People living free, smiling, and enjoying life. Movies are back. people are back and living is back. So guys, whether you want to believe it or no, this whole theory about movie theaters going, bankrupt, dying, plus all of the moves we've seen the management of AMC doing lately in order to, get into the crypto space, getting into another form of, intro we're talking about now, maybe bringing up a gaming system into the whole AMC business. I mean, that is just very good news when it comes to the near future and definitely the long-term future for AMC. So again, this whole news brings up another type of investor that are going to add to the buying pressure. And with everything else happening with, the attention, the hot seat on which not only Robinhood and Citadel Securities are now sitting on, man, definitely things are looking very good for AMC. Looking forward.